In almost every community, there's very little room for emerging artists to really get their work out. I find art as a very powerful tool. That's why I really started the Free Radical Gallery series to really kind of put art in non-traditional spaces.
The Free Radical basically utilizes businesses and empty spaces and basically uses it for young artists, musicians, poets, to give them an outlet for showing their skills and showing their abilities and, you know, being recognized in the community for what they do.
I think the best thing about it is it doesn't cost anything. You don't have to pay, $30 to go out to a movie. You can walk up and down the street all day for free and see different artists' perspective on everything. So you get a lot of different opinions.
That's one of the other best parts is that you get a chance to meet some of the other young artists and really kind of, just exchange techniques, ideas.
What's interesting is that it takes a lot of local artists that all come together that have never had a venue before to display their work. So it's interesting just to see what local talent is around that's just never been presented before. And I think that's the great thing about the Free Radical series. It's just a great opportunity to get everybody around the city just to realize that there is an artistic element in a variety of genres that exists.
It's really a way to get artists into the community, get their work out there, as well as to highlight the spaces, the commercial spaces that are for lease. Because ideally you want a symbiotic relationship, that it's a win-win sort of thing for everyone involved.
As much as we want to plug the artists, it isn't just, it would make sense if we didn't rep, the area as well, because we are using the spaces, and some of these spaces are really amazing.
The Free Radical has been a very good experience for us. I mean, we had a lot of people. The first one we did on the 12th of September was really fun. We had a lot of people who are not used to the neighborhood coming and being really interested in good response. So this has been really good, and that bring like a spotlight, in the district. People are able to walk around and go to different shops who are not made for art, but they actually can go inside and see painting, at the Vernez carpet, for example. So it's kind of unusual and give a feel of a little bit like a Chicago art district area. So that was great.
Every city should do something like this. There's not just people coming to this that have flyers for it, people walking by or just coming in, like little kids around the neighborhood, that kind of thing. They're kind of curious about it, so I think it's a good thing for every city.
To do a Free Radical Art Gallery series is simple. Really, it's just a matter of going around and talking to the community, talking to the businesses, and seeing how people feel about showing art, and telling them all the benefits that using their spaces in other ways can bring. My big selling points were increased foot traffic and a way of showing that you are cultural. Just being a part of an event, a part of a group gathering is another great plug. But once you get the businesses on your side, that's the hardest part. Once you establish ties with them, you gather some artists together, and you just let them know that this is a completely free event. You need to be willing to get your artists really involved. They need to be present with their work. They need to think about their presentation. They need to get familiar with those business owners that you've already established ties with. And usually the business owners are pretty pleased with the turnout. Maybe one of these times we'll get a lease signed for someone. Maybe someone who comes to the show will actually say, wow, I really like this space. I'd like to build a studio or, open my business here. And that's a great benefit.